With the Premier Bowl competition coming to most of Southeast Asia soon, I thought I will make a tier list on what decks to expect to see and what decks I think are the favorites to win. Okay, so S tier are the decks that I think are likely to win, my favorites to win. A tier are the outside favorites, but there is a high chance for them to win as well. For tier B, it's very unlikely that they will win, or rather unlikely they will win unless they go on a very high roll. Tier C, very, very unlikely to win, and better not play this explains itself. Okay, so Cinderace EX, let's put this here. Hydrapple, it's good, but I don't think they are going to win. Same for Galvantula. Okay, so let's get these out of the way. So what are the tier C and better not play? So yeah, first thing first, don't play Control. So Pidgeot Control, where is Pidgeot Control? Yeah, there you go. So that's because we are playing a BO1 format. It's hard for you to stall the game out and complete the game in 25 minutes, and yeah, just don't. BO3 is Control is very, very good in BO3, but in BO1, if 25 minutes is up and you don't get a conclusion to your game, you get a double loss, so you don't want that, right? And you might not meet people who will concede to you if there's no conclusion to the game. So don't play Control. Iron, let's see. So there isn't a Palkia Dusknoir. So I'm just going to replace Palkia Noctowl with Palkia Dusknoir. I know Palkia Noctowl is a thing. It's a deck that some people do play, but Palkia Noctowl is definitely a better alternative. I'm in between A and B for Palkia Noctowl, Palkia Dusknoir rather, because it relies a lot on you going first, right? But if your opponent doesn't have a good turn one, you can actually win the game. Yeah, I'm gonna put it tier A, but at the back end of tier A, right? Terrapagos is tier S, definitely. Ancient Box, with so much hand disruption, Palkia has a lot of Ionos. I think it's tier C, and end of tier B, tier C. You can definitely win some matchup, especially with a lot of 2 prizes, but you're very prone to hand disruption. I might move it to tier B if tier C gets too crowded. Arceus Armarouge is here. Arceus Dusknoir can win you some games with the 2 decks that need to evolve, but no. Dialga, no. Item Lock can be troublesome to deal with. Ursaluna, yeah, so many tiers. So this is Zard Pidgeot is one of my favorites, to be honest. It has a solution to most decks, right? Even against Raging Bolt. So I think it has dropped off definitely, but I still think it's a strong deck and it has been overlooked by a lot of players. So I won't be surprised if Charizard wins it. So Driplim, I will say here. Espatra, don't play it. Frostless, I mean, it's better than Control, but you face the same issue. Are you going to complete your game in 25 minutes, putting just that 1, 2, maybe 3 damage counters per turn? Future Box, put it here. Greninja, see, I think we can move Ancient Box here. Lost Box, I wouldn't be surprised, especially if you dodge all the Regidragos. So Regidragos is it's an auto loss, almost an auto loss for you, right? So if you can dodge, what's that? If you can dodge Regidrago, suddenly my mind went blank. If you can dodge Regidrago V-Star, you are actually have a good chance of winning. Lost Tina, tier B, it's basically a lost box but with Giratina V stars, right? Gardevoir, wouldn't be surprised if it won because it has a good matchup all round, but with the rising popularity of Dusknoir, it's a bit hard to deal with, right? You need to set up a lot of Curlias, and sometimes it's hard for you to do that. I will put it at end of tier A. Sorry, yeah, it should be tier A. Tier A, but towards the end of tier A, yeah, so too many Dusknoirs around. Chien-Pao is here. Goldengo, tier B. But definitely above Ancient Box, right? Has lots of draw power, which means you're not going to get disrupted a lot, or rather, hand disruption doesn't work on you that much. So yep, Raging Bolt definitely a tier S, and I would say my favorite to win the whole thing. Roaring Moon, tier A, maybe? Roaring Moon is a little bit slept on, but of course Raging Bolt is a better Roaring Moon. But Roaring Moon with the water energy build can have spread damage, which I think if there's someone that finds a really good build for it, I think it could be good. So Regidrago, definitely one of my favorites to win. It's so versatile. Ooh, yeah. Lugia, definitely one of my favorites to win as well. I'll put it even above Zat. Right, so here, Miraidon tier B. Yeah, so Miraidon, one of Miraidon's weakness is it loses steam after the first 2 to 3 turns. So if your opponent knows how to keep chasing the energy, especially with a lot of Dusknoirs around, they can just KO one Pokemon with energies and then Dusknoir 2 times the back, and then it's hard for you to find energies after that. So, but if you get going, it can be very, very strong. So I wouldn't put it A, but the top end of tier B. It has the outside chance of winning. Okay, Gouging Fire tier C, Great Tusk Mill tier C, but at the top end of tier C. No, why not? I think Great Tusk Mill can surprise a few people, right? Especially if your opponent doesn't know how to deal with Great Tusk Mill, and with a lot of decks playing Squawkabilly and going through that deck very, very quickly, Great Tusk can surprise some people, especially against Raging Bolt, Regidrago, where they have to go through the deck very, very quickly. Great Tusk is a favorable matchup. Great Tusk has a favorable matchup, but you just lose to Lugia, right? Okay, Toadscrew, don't play it. Palafin, I don't think it's that good. So, but you see, Iron Thorns, let's put it here. It won Worlds, yes, but still not that strong. People are working around it, and you just lose to Dragapult. Speaking of Dragapult, ooh, sorry. So let's put United Wings here. Dragapult here. So these are my favorites to win. So if you do want to do well in your country's Premier Ball, I would recommend working on Tier S and Tier A decks, because these are the decks that have been tried and tested by a lot of players around the world, and they have been doing well. So if time is limited for you, I would recommend practicing more on the S tier and A tier decks. I do recommend take the time, pick a deck, and then practice, because someone with more familiarity with his or her deck, will definitely have an advantage over someone playing a better deck, but doesn't have a lot of practice with it. So So with that, thank you for coming to the end of this video. Sending you lots of love. See you in the next one.